In today's tutorial, we'll be looking on one more API which is there out of the box present in ServiceNow and which is quite useful. And with this API also, only few users know this API. It's quite important. Okay, it's quite powerful, we can say. Okay, so let's look into this API. So today we'll be looking in the API called GlideFilter API. So the GlideFilter API, this is a ServiceNow docs which you can see on the screen. Okay, let's see what talks about this API. So the GlideFilter API provides a method to determine if a record is specified set of requirement. Okay, meets a specified set of requirements. So basically, if if you have set of incidents, right, and if you want to see if you have a condition, for example, you say act equal to true, and we can say priority equal to 5 or anything like that. Okay, and if you want to see whether this particular record matches this condition or not. Okay, and based on that you want to take this certain decision, right? So you can use this API. Okay, so it is accessed from the there is only one method in this API, and that particular method is checkRecord. So let's see what exactly this checkRecord method does. So the check method record has three input parameters, as you can see on the screen. One is a glide record. Okay, it will be a record on which you want to evaluate the conditions on, right? Second will be a string filter. So string filter means you can consider in a normal scenario is called encoded query. So you can define an encoded query and it will check that glide record matches that encoded query or not. Okay, meets that encoded query or not. Okay, and the third is Boolean match. Okay, this is an optional parameter. Let's move into. So if the specified filter contains one condition, okay, for example activates true, the method returns true if the record meets that condition. So for example, we have a condition called active equal to true. So if the current record which you are passing is active, then it will return true, else it will return false. Okay, if there are multiple conditions over there, for example you can say active equal to true assigned to this particular user's priority equal to this. So for example, consider we have three conditions A, B and C. Okay, so in this scenario it will consider all the three conditions. Okay, so it will act as an AND query. Okay, and when all the three conditions are satisfied, then only this particular record will return true, this particular method will return true. Okay, so let's move and look into the parameters for the same. So as we can see, there are three input parameters which are required. Okay, so the first one is glide record. It's a glide record is the record which we want to evaluate. Second is encoded query, as I already mentioned, and keep one thing in mind. Okay, so this encoded query is case sensitive. Okay, so if you are making mistakes in capital small cases, then probably it will not work. Okay, the best way to avoid this is copy the query using from the list API using a breadcrumb also. I will show you in couple of minutes. Okay, the third one is match. Okay, it's a boolean, it's optional. Okay, it's a flag that indicates whether all the condition must be met if the parameter contains multiple condition. Okay, if it's true, then it will met all the condition. Okay, if false, any one of the condition also met, it will return true. Okay, so probably for my what I'm doing, I'm not passing this parameter only because I want that whenever I pass a condition, the entire set of condition is matched by that particular glide record. Okay, and in return, as you know, it's a checker function, right? So it will check whether this particular method is whether this particular record is meeting the criteria mentioned in the encoded query or not. So it will return true or false. Okay, only boolean values. True means all the filters are condition are met. False means filter condition were not met. So let's jump into the example. Okay, let's jump into the instance and let's see on few practical examples on the same. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, this is the home screen, our developer home screen. Okay, so for this particular example also we will be using our favorite incident table. Okay, so we move on to incident dot list. Okay, so now we got incident list, And for testing purpose, scripting purpose, we will be using fix script. Perfect. Now let's see. Now for example, let's start with the basic. Okay, so for example, if I want to see that particular record matching a condition or not, for example, let's create a condition that if I want to check if a particular incident is priority 3 or not. Okay, so you can see over here priority 3. So what I will do, I will simply do show matching on the same. So now it has filtered out the data which are having priority as 3. Okay, now I will move over here. I can create one script include sorry, fix script. I can name it sn dash glide demo. Okay, and okay, let's write a code. So variable GR incident equal to new GlideRecord. Okay, because we will first get a record and we will check with respect to that record. Okay, so I will be dealing on incident. Then we will be using simple gr incident dot get. Okay, and here we have to specify the SSID of the record. So let's take this SSID. Okay, I will copy SSID. Now I will go here and I will paste it over here. Okay, let's see first whether we are getting the same incident or not. So for that we will simply write gs dot print. Okay, and I will give incident number, and we can write yeah incident dot get value of number. Okay, so I will save it out, and also let's check priority also. I will give plus priority. Okay, I want to see the backend name of the priority. Okay, so where's priority? Yeah, here is it. So I can do show priority. So its priority field name, I will put it as plus gr incident. Always try to use getter and setter rather than giving simply dot working, right? So we get value and we'll give priority. So let's run it out. Okay, if I run this out, proceed. Now we can see the incident number is 100037, priority is 3. Okay, now we will define our condition. Okay, now for that what we will do, as you can see on the docs, right, we has a glide filter. So here you can see we don't need to instantiate, because instantiate this particular script include. Okay, for the we simply write, as you can see over here, right, for GlideRecord we write new GlideRecord, right? But with GlideFilter you can simply go with that GlideFilter itself. Okay, no need to instantiate its object. So it's quite simple. I will give variable is filter matching. Okay, it's a boolean, right, because our method will return boolean value. Okay, so we can simply go with glide filter. Okay, dot, we can see there is only one record called checkRecord, so we'll select checkRecord. Okay, now it has 3 attributes. You can see GlideRecord, filter and boolean value. This one is optional. Okay, and it runs boolean. Okay, so let's give this only as a GlideRecord. Now comma, we have to provide query, right, encoded query. So for that, what I can do, I can pass a variable query equal to let's specify the query over here. So I will simply go over here, I will copy this query out. Okay, I will paste it over here, priority equal to 3, and now I will pass it as second attribute called query. Done. And now let's try to print it out. Is dot print is is incident matching the query. Okay, and I will give plus is filter matching. Let's see. So now we have taken the record out of that list only, right? So it should return basically true. Let's try if it works the same way. Say if I run this out, proceed. Now you can see, is incident matching the record? True, because we have given the condition as priority equal to 3. We have to check. If let's take some other incident. Okay, I will remove this condition, and let's take the priority as planning, right? This one, I will copy the SysID of the same. Now this particular record is not matching the condition, right? So let's see what kind of output we are getting for that. So if I replace the SysID, I will save it out and I run the query. Proceed. Now you can see, is the record matching the query? It returns false. Okay, now let's try to form a concatenate query. Okay, a set of query which is quite, it's a set of query. Okay, so if I want for example, if I want priorities planning and created by able tutor. Okay, and state is new. Okay, so this is a condition, right? So this is what the condition is right now. Okay, now if I want to glide the entire incident, okay, and I want to see, I just want to perform certain action if the record is matching these values. Okay, so how we can do that? Okay, let's try it out. So what I will do, I will comment this thing out. Okay, and over here let's do it, variable here incident equal to new GlideRecord incident, then here I will not add any condition, I simply add query sorry, yeah, I missed equal to, that's why, dot query. Okay, and if I add while gi incident dot next, if I give the condition, now I just want to say whether that particular, let's give the query first. So we'll give variable query equal to, let's specify the condition over here, copy query, I will put it over here, and we will be like gs.print, and we'll give incident number. Okay, and we'll give gi incident dot get value. We can also use get display value. Okay, so it will give the display value, and for incident the display value is number, so you can use this also, get display value plus will give is matching query matching query we will give, and plus we'll give the output. Okay, so how to get the output? We'll simply give variable boolean. I will give bool for boolean equal to GlideFilter dot checkRecord, and we'll pass three attributes. One is GI incident, comma, the second attribute will be query, and the third attribute I don't want to pass right now. Okay, so let's pass it as true because we want the entire thing to be matched, right? True. So I will give this bool over here. Okay, now let's save and run this out. So this particular condition should be matched by 3 records, right? So let's run it out. Proceed. And now you can see we got incident number is matching query, everything is false. If I search with true, control F, true, so we got one record which is INC008, INC001 and INC0012. These 3 records match the query. 12, 1 and 8. Let's see over here. Just 12, 8 and 1. So this is how. So where exactly we use this GlideRecord query, right? So we use it out whenever, see, basically how you, if you want to check this query, okay, in a record. So basically how you will check, you will write if priority, I'm just giving you the example, okay. So it will be like if we are not using this out, okay, so how we will be using it, if gi incident dot get value of priority, okay, equal to 5, and what is the thing, I will copy this only, and plus there are 3 conditions, right? So I will give it one more time. So it will be like if get value of priority equal to 5 and get caller should be this is ID, right, plus state equal to new. And then we will print this option out, this particular message. Don't you feel this is an hectic one to jot down each and every attribute and to create if condition for it? Plus it will give a performance issue also because we are looping out the record again and again. First we will loop out to get the priority and we will check with the priority, then we will loop out for caller ID. This particular query, this particular call check record methods give the same provision on record itself, okay. So it will check at once only all the queries which are stated in the encoded query to get down to check whether it's matching all these records or not, okay. So in a practical application we will get a lot of time that whenever we want to process some record, we want to check whether this particular record is matching all these conditions or not. If yes, then this operation needs to be performed. If no, then this operation. So in that way, in during those time we can use this checkRecord method, okay, and it's very useful, I can say, okay. If you want to see how it's work internally, so we can simply go over here, GlideFilter, Oh, nowadays, no. Okay, I will cover it out in some and in the next, because then it will be a lengthy tutorial. Okay, hope till then this is clear how we can use this particular things out. Okay, how you can use glide filter method to get what you want in terms of boolean values. Okay, like, follow, subscribe, stay with me. If you have any questions on the same, just drop and comment. I will revert it back quickly on the same. Okay, stay with me in this journey of ServiceNow learning. Okay, and have a nice day. Thank you. Goodbye.